Starting. Are we live? I don't know if we're live. We might be live, but we might not be.
Nothing's punching through yet. Oh, maybe.
Ooh. Hang on. Hold the phone.
Yep. You're live.
Yep. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And we are live. So. Yeah, that song's been stuck in my head all week. Anyways, hello!
What was that?
That was a horrible rendition of Not Okay.
Not okay.
The song is called "I'm Not Okay." Bracket. I promise.
Yeah. So anyways, now that I've gotten
Yeah.
that out of the way, hello! You are listening to an Equestrian Flagstop here on MUFN Radio Canterlot. And the Brony Show. I'm your coal dust, me, and with me is Cece. CMC.
Blah.
Creature.
I found this application.
Awesome. I'm your Lignite to Ignite, Coal Dust. I've already introduced myself, but I felt like introducing myself a second time.
Hold on. Lignite to Ignite?
Yeah. It's coal pun. Kind of. Although it probably wouldn't really work out because coal, or that is the least high quality form of coal, lignite is. But it sounded nice. Whether or not it would ignite, I still haven't figured out yet. But anyways, this is, of course, an Equestrian Flagstop, here broadcasting to you live from Cantor Creek, the beautiful town, if you want to call it that, nestled deep within the mountains, located right next to Cantor Creek, of course, hence the name. So, yeah. Anyways, the news it is time for, because, as I had mentioned, we are from Cantor Creek, and currently there has been some news.
What news?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Recently, there has been a layoff from the cannery. We think.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to guess so, because there were lots of ponies leaving the facility. And most of them we hadn't seen since they initially got off the train and went to apply months ago. So it was really weird to see them leave.
Yeah.
Are they living there?
Yeah, they're there a long time.
Yeah, I presume so. I imagine they've got good working conditions.
Living there, although I wonder what nutrition they were on, because I'm pretty sure some of them lost weight.
Yeah. I guess it must be that they've got some nice gym inside the facility. You know how some of those fancier workplaces, they have a gym, a health program and stuff because they really care about you?
They have beds and stuff there too.
Yeah, they must.
It's like a whole city.
Yeah, inside of that oddly small building. It's pretty large. It's one of the larger ones in town, but that's not saying much.
It was one of those warehouses.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been inside of one of the warehouses, not that one in particular, but, one of the abandoned ones, and they seem pretty spacious, so who knows? It's possible.
You could fit a lot in there with some proper planning.
Indeed. Which, honestly, I feel like they probably put a lot of planning into that facility. Although, I will say it is really a shame that there was such a major layoff. They seem to be doing pretty strong, despite the fact I've never actually seen any products go or come out of there, let alone stuff going in. Now, I did try to get some answers out of one of the recently let go workers, because none of us really know what they canned there. So I decided to ask one of them just what exactly they canned in that facility. And when asked, he just screamed in my face like a lunatic and then ran off into the woods. So I guess we know why that one was let go.
Yeah.
Wait, he ran off into the woods. In which direction?
I don't know. It wasn't towards the logging company, although I did try to make mention to some of them that the logging company, as it is spring, would be opening up again. However, when I mentioned that they probably had much worse working conditions than they were used to in the cannery, they then, once again, all started running away. So, yeah, they were all very quick to leave, saying that they were running for their lives. So I guess they must have found other opportunity elsewhere that was much better.
Well, that screaming one would have explained what I was hearing the other night. It just sounded like something whizzing past it. It was a tone, and I'm not quite sure what it was, but it was howling like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm going to investigate tonight.
You have fun with it, I suppose.
He's already outside of city lines, so I don't think it's our problem anymore.
I think I also heard one of them, or some of the workers, shouting something about, like, running away from change, so I guess they must be having new management issues there. I think it was change. I don't know what else it could be. Change-ing?
Some people don't like... Some people just don't like change.
Yeah, I guess not.
Too many big shifts. The workflow. Yeah, everything's ruined, you know? Sometimes it's just time to look for new work.
It's times like this that just make me wish that, like, you know, more ponies knew how to, like, form their own independent businesses, like our local trash pony. Now, he has been very grumpy lately, and I'm not really sure why, but he always seemed kind of grumpy anyway, so I'm not going to question it too much. And to be honest, if I dealt with trash all the time, I'd probably be pretty grumpy too.
Wait, you noticed a difference in his level of grump?
Yeah, a little bit, because, like, usually he, like, grumpily takes away our trash bins and stuff. This time, he flat out ran over and kicked it clear into the river. So, I hope that doesn't mean we have to pay for new cans from him, but, I don't know.
You should expect to have to buy new cans.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting those cans.
Probably not. But, So, also, to any listeners who might be listening from downriver, because, well, I'd like to imagine we still have listeners who are from the town of Alto Stratton. If any of you are down there, and aren't offended by all of the negative things that we've said about you in the past, please do see about returning our trash bin if you see it floating down the river.
I'm not sure that they would care to, considering all the stuff we put in the river.
Yeah, probably not.
Who knows? There might be people like down there just like constantly waiting by the river looking to score some cool shit.
I think there are probably
Well,
some
they-
ponies
We've
that
thrown
fish.
some nice things in there.
They
Yes, I
probably
know
did
you
like all
have.
that jam the other couple months back.
Oh yeah, the river jam that blocked our radio receptions. That was something.
It was some good jam.
Delicious.
Anyways, I suppose now would be a good time to get to our next segment of the evening, which is, of course, the Freaky Knowledge Questions. That's right, the Freaky Knowledge Questions. So, without further ado... pardon me. Bleh. So,
Bleh.
to anyone who is not aware, or not familiar with the Freaky Knowledge Questions part of the show, it is basically the part of the show where we ask you, the viewer, the one out there listening, over the radio. Questions. We ask you questions in the chat for you to answer about the show. Not our show, but the, blah. And anyways, you can end up with your name on the leaderboard should you answer our questions correctly. What is the point of this leaderboard, you ask? Well, I'm so glad you did. Why? Because the point is absolutely nothing! The points mean nothing at all, but it's a leaderboard, and I know that you, out there, love leaderboards, as do I. So, without further ado, first question of the evening. Question number 1. In the Season 6 episode, The Crystalling, Part 2. The Crystal Empire is about to become a frozen wasteland thanks to shining armor and Princess Cadence's demon baby spawn. In order to repair the Crystal Heart, Twilight and the fam, and Rarity and Pinky, go to the library to find a spell. The question, what was the name of the spell they found?
Someone went in and changed all of the cadences with an A to an E.
It wasn't me.
Mm-hmm.
In the show, it's supposed to be with an A, not an E.
That's right.
Yes.
It's like K-Dance.
Yeah.
I did it wrong, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Damn it, CMC.
I like breaking things. What?
I completely forgot that this question existed too. I like it, because I definitely did not know the answer. Unless someone had mentioned it, like, or not mentioned it, but if it wasn't for the fact it was written right below the question, I would have never known. Which means it's a good question that will hopefully stump some people out there. But anyways, yes.
That you, person.
I'm terrible.
Yeah. So the question, once again, is, in the Season 6 episode, The Crystalling Part 2, when Twilight and all the fam and Rarity and Pinkie Pie go to the library to find a spell to fix all their shit, being the Crystal Heart, of course, what was the name of the spell that they found?
But to be fair to CMC, Textile got it.
Oh my god. That was a lot lighter than I expected.
And Toa got it very quickly after.
So I'll give it to Toa too.
Indeed. So Textalion and Toa, you both have points on the leaderboard. So let's see here.
But
Not that one. Not that one. There we go.
in CMC's defense regarding the spelling, an actual cadence is with an E now.
Yeah.
So let's see here. So that is Textalion with 19 points. So you are catching up. You're 1 point away from breaking 20. And Toa has now 25 points. The competition thickens, I say. So without further ado, that brings us to question number 2. Question number 2 was made by our very own CMC at last minute. I commend him for this because I was very lazy.
Interesting to just make fun of the episode.
Yeah. In the Season 2 episode, A Canterlot Wedding, Part 1. There is a wedding between Twilight's brother that we've never heard of or seen before, and Twilight's old foal sitter that we've also never heard of or seen before. And there's a flashback of exposition and whatnot. So, yeah. Anyways, the question for you is, in one of the flashbacks, Cadence uses her magic on 2 arguing ponies. Who are they? We want the 2 of them, both of them, together. Who are they?
Whoopsie. I made a mistake.
I remember this one made people happy.
Yes.
It made me happy.
It made me happy too. Furthermore, shipping. Shipping is officially canon thanks to this one scene.
Forced shipping.
Indeed.
Maybe mind alter.
Possibly. I don't know. I don't think it'd be
they could have
mind
been-
altering. I think it's like a vitamin, you know? Like, you know, you take a
maybe they
vitamin and
could-
then it gives you an extra boost of vitamin C. In this case, it's vitamin L for love.
But maybe they could have been siblings.
Yeah, I know. I saw that comic. It was funny.
What? Wildfire
DM12 has got it. DM12 has got it.
Cloverfield.
Yep. Or, well, close enough.
Okay.
I'll call it. I'll call it. Like, it's close enough. The actual name is Lucky Clover, but hey, you know what? Cloverfield is close enough for me. He's an obscure background character, and he's probably been called Cloverfield before. So, DM12 has got the point officially. That brings DM12 to 1 second. 4 points on the leaderboard. Doing good. Racking them up. Oh, and by the way, to those who don't know, Wildfire is actually the OC of one of the storyboard artists for the show in the first 4 to 5 seasons, I want to say. I can't remember if she did anything beyond season 4. I think she was in season 5, actually. I just can't remember right offhand.
DM12 is saying that Toa should get points too. He said Lucky and Wild.
You know what? That's a good point, actually. Fair. You know what?
Instant.
You know what? I'll give it to you, DM12. I'll give it to you. I'll give you Toa's point. No, I won't be that. I won't be that silly, no. But you know what? I will say I will give Toa a point. So, where are we? That brings Toa to 26 points. And also, DM12 for being so goddamn generous. I'm giving you 2 bonus points.
Another point. 2.
Oh my God.
2 bonus points. Giving you 3 bonus points in the bonus points chart. So there you go. That's what we call sportsmanship right there. God damn. And you know what? Deserved. This is why I love you, chat. You guys surprise me every week. Sometimes in good ways. Not usually, but I'm always happy to see it, whatever it is.
Good show.
Anyways, that brings us to our question number 3. So, all of you out there in the chat, don't wipe those tears from your eyes, because I know that was a beautiful thing that we just saw. I'm teary-eyed myself. And get ready for the 3rd question of the evening, which is, in Season 7 episode To Change a Changeling, Starlight and Trixie get a glimpse of the developing good changeling kingdom. The question for you, the chat, is, who is the best changeling?
In Cole's opinion.
It's the right opinion, CMC. It's the right opinion. Once again, that is, who is the best changeling? You know who it is. You know who it is. Creature, did you put it in the chat?
I'm working on it, but you guys put it in way too many freaking lines, and it doesn't work.
It's too late. Toa's got it.
Okay, well there you go then.
DM12 was very quick on that as well.
DM12 and Toa are both very quick on that. Textalion, oh, I'm so sorry. You said Queen Chrysalis. I'm sorry. But you're wrong.
I'm gonna say give a bonus point to Sketchy Mouse.
Sketchy Mouse? You know what? Yes, Sketchy
Yes.
Mouse gets a bonus point for that, for his creative answer. Therefore, points go around to Toa. That's 27 points on the board. That's DM12, who now has 5 points on the board. And Tab. Tab. I'm bad at this, Tab. There we go. Sketchy Mouse now has a bonus point. And you know what? Textalion, sure. I'll give you a point. Why? Because although it's not the right episode, like, yeah, Chrysalis is pretty awesome as a changeling too. So, fine. I'll give it to you. But Soup Changeling is the best. I stand by this as fact. Which also means, Textalion, you broke 20. Damn!
Huzzah!
Yes!
Woo.
I'm going to
Or
bring
Thorax,
your-
come on, Tech. Don't be fickle. Don't be fickle on me. Anyways, that brings us to our bonus question. That's right, we have a bonus question here. A bonus question 2, question number 3. Unlike the bonus points, bonus questions get normal points despite being called bonus. Figure that one out.
Caps lock on.
Logic.
Yes, it makes sense, kind of, if you don't think about it. So, without further ado, it's time for... What? What,
You
creature?
put a 0 with the O should be in question.
You're welcome.
What?
Okay, continue on.
It's okay, creature. I know how to type, I'm sure. I pretend.
I'm fixing it for you.
The bonus question is, a finish the quote question. That's right. From, once again, Season 7, Episode To Change a Changeling. The
Wow.
quote is as followed. I don't take advice from ponies. The only thing I take from you is blank. Or at least I used to. So I want you to fill in that blank. Once again, this is for a normal point, despite the fact this is a bonus question. Blech. I can't speak tonight.
DM12 get.
DM12
wow.
gets breakfast.
That was fast for DM12.
DM12, you are on it today. Holy crap. That's awesome. So that means DM12, you now have 6 points on the board. And that's right, the quote is from Pharynx. I don't take advice from ponies. The only thing I take from you is breakfast. Or at least I used to. So yeah. Gotta love Pharynx that episode. It's good. So anyways, that brings us to our fourth question of the evening, which, of course, as you all know, the fourth question is, as always, our visual question. To those of you who are new to the channel and are not aware of how the visual question works, it is simple. We will show you a visual that we will broadcast through the radio. Why? Because, you know,
Magic.
makes sense to us. And you have to tell us which episode that frame is from. This is, of course, a zoom in on a random bit from the background of the show. So, without further ado, what episode is this from? Yep. This one right here. Mm-hmm. Try finding that one on Wikipedia, Toa. Just
It
saying.
annoyed me.
Oh, it annoyed me too.
It annoyed the hell out of me when I figure out what it was. I still have to go back and rewatch that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
Rainbow Falls, no.
It's a good guess.
Slice of
but
life?
no.
No.
Nope. Rainbow
That one's
Falls?
already
no.
No, no again. And Orlando, no.
Hmm.
That's a good guess, but no.
Which episode is that?
The Anne Orlando episode?
Yes.
Look at any of the Candelot episodes. Simple Wave DM12 hacks.
Wait, what?
You got it.
Yeah.
Holy
Yep.
shit! How'd you get it? How? I gotta give it to you, but damn. Ah, man, you are on fire tonight. Like, seriously, how did you get that? Oh, man. So DM12 has got it. It is indeed Simple Waste. I don't know how he's got it, but he got it. So, huh. So, without further...
The flag? That tiny little
Wait.
flag up there.
Actually, you know what? That makes sense. Yeah, because there are not that
Wow.
many episodes that include, like, a little bit of bunting just hanging around. Yeah,
What?
yeah,
What?
yeah.
The what?
So, DM12, you have got... You know what? You guessed that one
Oh,
so quickly,
you
and that was so
remember there.
unexpected. I'm going to give you 2 points for that. Bringing you from not 6 points, but 8. So, congratulations. Damn, that was impressive.
So now show them the big picture.
I will. Hold on. Boop. This is the full image.
That's Richard the Hoovenhart,
Yep.
which is just Jeff the Trotsky in a costume, and just annoys me.
Yeah, if I'd shown you the entire screenshot from the get-go, then yeah, no, I would give it away instantly. But damn, I am impressed. Thoroughly. Which brings us to question number 5. Our 5th question of the night and our final question of the night. So, without further ado... Question number 5 is, in the Season 5 episode, Tanks for the Memories, Rainbow Dash is being the opposite of helpful when it comes to trying to bring winter to Ponyville. Why? Because of a tortoise, of course. The question, what does she hide under dirt? So this is when she's being the opposite of helpful when it comes to bringing winter to Ponyville. What does she hide under the dirt?
By far the easiest question of the night.
Easy
Angel
schmeezy.
Fire.
I had no idea.
I'd have to rewatch it to remember that.
Yeah, I honestly.
Buries Angel Bunny's dead body.
Oh wow.
I guess that'd be a way to hide it from Fluttershy, but no.
No.
It is surprisingly not snow. I guessed that too when Creature when Creature asked me. But no.
Hockey sticks. No.
That's a good guess. But no. Clouds. No.
Fun fact: the clouds were hidden in the tree, or in a tree.
Leaves.
No.
Although I will say, straight from the get-go, DM12's first answer and Toa's first answer were both my guesses. So we already knocked mine out of the park. A dead body. No.
We already had that answer. That was Cece's.
Skis.
Yes.
Toa's got it.
No, he spelled skies first, then skis.
He fixed it.
Oh, skies. And then skis. So, well, either way, he got it in the end. So, skis is the correct answer. So,
No, skis are made of wood, and wood is dead trees, so it kind of counts as a dead body, right?
I mean, you don't usually consider a log a body. So no.
Yes, I do.
Anyways, Toa's got it. So, Toa,
Shut up.
congratulations. You have 28
I think you've spent
points.
too much time at the logging companies.
They're trees are people too.
Cece, you can't say that. You worked at the logging company for ages and just hung out there with the various loggers.
I didn't really do much work. That's what they told me, though.
That's
We respect the trees as we cut them down.
Right. That explains all the spitting. Okay, anyways, that brings us to our next advertisement, our next segment of the night, which is the advertisement. Now, our advertisement slot tonight was paid for. Actually, it wasn't. No one actually contacted us at all. So this week we don't have an advertisement, so I guess we'll just have to move on to the next thing until we can pull one out of our ass. Which brings us to...
or figure out how to get that filing system working.
Yeah, in all honesty, it could have gotten lost in the river. I mean, I don't know how it would have ended up in the river from like the point it arrived here, but honestly, just judging what happened to all my cool stuff, yeah, I wouldn't put it past it. It just kind of makes sense. But anyways,
everything ends up in the river eventually. It's just.
I can't argue with that, but at the same time, I don't trust you with it. So, next up is, of course, our segment to fill the second half, which is... Well, actually, it won't fill the second half today because we don't really have enough material for it. But hey, we're going to start into it. Fill the whole plot filler. Now, to those of you who had tuned in last week, you are aware, presumably, that we have just recently put in a chat into the Brony Show server on Discord to put your various plot holes that you want filled by us, and it seems to be working. We have already acquired some plot holes. Unfortunately, we can't go into any of it this week because they're all about the most recent episode, which we cannot talk about until it has aired on the Brony Show. So it's going to be a little while before we can do that one. But one thing that did come of the whole thing, somebody made us this picture that they submitted into the plot holes section. So there we go. This was made by Short Circuit, who is a diligent watcher of the Brony Show, and has also contributed a lot of art to the Brony Show, and he very flatteringly did a picture for us there, also with a joke.
He gave us a pothole.
No, actually, he removed a pothole, thinking that we were supposed to fill potholes instead of... Or maybe he's digging it? I actually don't know. He could be digging it. One thing I can say for sure, that's a much higher quality road that actually exists in Canter Creek.
I'd be very impressed if he was digging a plot hole, or
what he said.
If he was digging a pothole in asphalt.
Hey, some ponies have strength.
I'm more impressed by the shovel.
Some shovels have strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's very strong.
Okay, fine. Made of diamondillium then.
How do you know that shovel's a he?
Because I said it.
Fair.
Because shovels don't have
Experience.
genders until you give them a gender, and I just did. So there you go.
But it's an it, I thought. I guess I'm the wrong one.
He's a very nice shovel. Nice shovel. Yes.
Anyways, so now on to our actual plot holes to talk about this evening. And that is, in the most recent episode, or not most recent, sorry, the third? The one with Fluttershy watching Rarity shop in Manhattan. That one.
Yeah.
We're talking about that one. Yes.
Oh.
So in that episode, stuff happens. Mostly with Fluttershy in the shop. And the plot hole was, why on earth did Rarity decide to go with Fluttershy and not Coco to watch the shop? Because we don't see Coco that episode. We know that she still has contact with Coco because the movie happened and she was there. So there's that. Also, she was mentioned in the previous season. So why not now? Why is Coco not the go-to pony for Rarity when it comes to this shop? Anybody want to start us off on just theories to explain this thing? Because I've got something, but I want to let other people go first.
Anything I have is okay. I'm gonna say what mine.
Okay.
It kind of goes back to when Nikoko was too sick to run Rarity's shop. While she was sick, she was working on. Well, she was able to work on new dresses, and when she had them finished, she showed them off and found out that she could do more with making the dress than managing the shop. So she resigned and gave the position to one of the 3 assistants that Rarity hired and replaced.
Makes sense.
Now, it's my understanding, Coco isn't a paid employee of Rarity. So, she's an associate, but not someone that you can call in just last minute.
Makes sense. Well, as far as my explanation goes, well, basically it all comes down to, one sec, show monitor, there we go.
And Mike Nice has a thought that Coco is dating some pony and is ruining his canon.
That is a fair theory, I suppose. And mine goes back to this disco ball pony. If you remember back a season ago when Applejack was making various dressmakers feel bad, it was revealed that Coco was having a show of fashion. And so, yeah, and apparently her name is getting out there. So, seeing as that is the case, it kind of makes sense that she wouldn't be available for this, because she had created her own line in the time that she was away, or at least in the time that we hadn't really seen her between seasons. So, by that point, it's already been established she has a fairly successful line going on, as far as I understand. And seeing as this is supposedly taking place during the major fashion week in Equestria, it would make the most sense that she'd be preoccupied with her own things at that time.
So Coco is showing her own thing at that same
Yeah, that's
place.
what I'd presume. Yeah.
Weird. But I buy it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Rarity just owned Coco.
Well, that's kind of dickish to presume.
No, no, they're associates. They are able to collaborate if they need to, like they did in the movie.
Yep.
Okay.
Because we see Coco around helping out.
So, healthy breakup.
Shipping?
Yes. Maybe?
Possibly.
I'm not sure.
So, yeah. So, well, I guess that's it for filling that plot hole. So there you go. Working on her own things. And so I guess that brings us to our next thing of the night, which is completely disorganized and will go perfectly well, I'm sure. And that is a little look into not so much the episode most recent that we can talk about, but rather a place that appears in one of the episodes that we were supposed to talk about and then we never did talk about because we were too busy talking about other episodes. So anyways, we are of course talking about in the in that episode, what was it called again? Mod Couple. Yes. We see this place.
Hey, I know that place.
Yeah, that place. That place right there.
I don't. What is that place?
I think I'm actually using the wrong monitor. Yes, I am. Hold on. I never added an actual screen capture in this section. What is wrong with me? No, no.
So, yes, we are back at the Hayburger.
Indeed, the Hayburger. So if it seems
which
familiar
you will
to you,
remember from Twilight.
Ah, that's the wrong one. Damn it. Okay. Well, I know what I can do here. Transition. That was the wrong thing. There we go. Shrink. Shrink.
Shrink.
Close enough. There we go. But yeah, that's the Hayburger, which you may remember from Season 4, episode this one. The one with the CMCs, and Twilight Time. It's the same place. So, we decided to do a little bit of a looking into what we could tell from this episode, and the previous episode of this place, and as far as its general location and stuff about it, where we've uncovered some interesting things. One of which is, as you can see from the sign up above, apparently that is something that is accessible by ponies and can be adjusted. So it can be a sign for the general operations of Hayburger or Comedy Club Night. So it's nice that they had that little ability to change things out for whenever they need to, I suppose.
I'm just going to guess that it's identical to the sign from Weekenders, or the restaurant from Weekenders, where every weekend is a different kind of pizza.
Maybe, except for this place does not have pizza. Although that is a good theory.
They might some days.
Now, one thing to note is that if you look off towards one direction, there is no town nearby, but there is a road that goes off into nowhere. However, in the other direction, there is indeed a town. Also, interior-wise, during its normal restaurant hours, it would appear that not only does it have the normal standard wooden tables, it also contains rectangular tables towards the back and barrels to sit on, just all around.
Wait, hold on. That angle that we saw looking out where Twilight was walking in, that's the side of the windows that we're looking out when we're looking at Twilight in Twilight Time. There are buildings behind her.
Yes. Yes, there are. And that's
What
because
the
if you
hell?
go straight out the building, you can see the town. Because if you go all the way back to here, this exterior shot, you can see that there are buildings and stuff around. However, from the interior, where we're looking at from Twilight Time, if you look, it is basically looking out the window that is off towards the side, which is facing the... Actually, that's a good point. Huh.
There's nothing there.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Unless we're seeing the other part? I don't know. This is confusing.
Maybe it's like to the left of the. No. Wait.
I mean, maybe it's towards...
Wait, yes. Wait, no.
Okay, let me get to... Aha! This shot, where we can see exactly where everyone is sitting. So, from what we can see here, Sad Pony is up towards the top. We can see his butt. He's a sad pony who's kind of in the CMC shot. And then, in Twilight's shot, we can see some of the rectangular table, I think. Maybe? What can we see? Well, I guess we can see that guy. That happy guy. Who's a different guy. Huh. This is really weird.
Well, look at it in terms of where the door is. Use the door as a reference.
That
to
is what we're
determine-
doing. It's wonky.
Yes.
Especially because where are the corners of this building?
So, the CMC
Oh, you know what that
here in
means?
this
Okay.
angle, we can see the doorway right there, right?
We're looking out the front. Because we're also viewing Twilight from the side.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. So, here's the doorway and the CMCs. But if we go to the above shot, the doorway's up here. So I guess it's all about the
How
angles.
many windows are there? In the front.
In the front, there are 2 windows.
Windows on the inside and outside tend to be wonky in ponies in general. Just look at the train.
It's true. If you look at the interior of the trains versus the exterior of all the train cars only has 3 windows per either side for any of the given cars, except for the door cars, in which case they have a door either in the middle or off center. And either way, if you look at the inside of the car, generally there's like 4 to 5 windows. Usually 5. So it's inconsistent. So this sort of thing isn't really unheard of in ponies. So, the windows are not really anything to go by.
Magical expanding buildings.
Although one thing to note is that in this front view, there is a single line in the side window, but there isn't in the front window. So, what does this mean? I honestly have no fucking clue, but let's go into it. Hang on.
Well,
I just made all my images go away.
How about we quick get into the plot hole we found?
Yes. So now,
so that people can start getting their thoughts there. So jumping over to the mod episode.
Indeed, jumping over to the mod episode, because this one doesn't really give you a good view of the general interior of the building, except for, a couple of angles, but we really miss a lot. When we get to the mod episode, here, and get to the interior, now take a good look at this back wall, which is the first time that we've seen the back wall of this building. It's brick. Very much so. As you can see, the support beams go straight to the wall there, and there are no doors. Nothing. There's just a flat brick wall. Now, one could argue that maybe this is not the back, maybe this is just the side that we don't see. However, we can quickly see that this is not the case, because when we look back at the crowd, there's the front door.
And 2 more corners.
Indeed, 2 corners. Count them. 1, 2, right there. Which means, where the fuck does all the food come from? Seriously.
Where the hell is this kitchen?
Yeah, where is it? No one knows. It's just not there.
Underground.
It's so perplexing and concerning.
There are some shots through the door in Twilight Time looking back at that wall, and it's not brick, so...
That is true. If you look over here in this episode, there isn't a brick wall. It is actually just like the rest of the building, where it has those windows, which would lead one to presume, okay, that's a false back wall. However, this still doesn't answer the question, where the hell is the kitchen? Seriously, where is it? Because even if that is a fake brick wall, there is no door seen here that leads into a kitchen. At all. Also, furthermore, later on in the episode, when we take a look, when the CMC are looking through the window, there is still no doorway that could lead into a feasible kitchen as far as we can tell. Presumably there is another window off towards the side there. Now, it is possible the building is asymmetrical and that there's a part of the building that we don't ever see that is just outside of frame whenever we look at the front of the building. That could contain a kitchen, I suppose, but there's still no sign of there being a door. None that we can tell.
Wait,
unless it's
is
just
that
like
a
hidden.
bioluminescent plant?
Not necessarily. It's a really neat looking light fixture with a vine, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's cool though.
They have lights?
Yes.
They've got those hanging lights in there.
Yes.
They have electric lights?
Maybe.
I mean,
they have an electric dam. This has been a thing that's been canon since season 2.
that's true. Hmm.
So where does this food come from?
But why are they plants?
Do they just bring in the cookers and then take them out for comedy night, or what?
I don't know. Could this entire wall fixture just be removable? Like they just kind of have it in a way that you could just fold it up and just pack it away in storage somewhere?
Well, if it is a false wall, it could probably slide up into that, because that the top of that wall is different than the rest of the building. So it could just roll up into that like a fire door.
Maybe.
Let's see what chat's thinking. TARDIS logic, transformer. They got bought out and was later remodeled.
It's possible, I suppose. It is also worth noting that when you look back at the back wall and compare the interior of the building and its general choice of furniture, for comedy night, it appears that they largely have round tables, whereas in the normal daily operations that we have seen of the Hay Burger, we see that there are not only these round tables, there are also these rectangular tables.
The rectangle benches are missing in that. I didn't notice that.
Yep.
So maybe they were remodeled.
It's possible. Or they could just remove those tables and move them into storage. But where do they store it? In the same place they keep the brick wall? I'm confused.
In the basement.
Well, no. Yeah, if the brick wall goes up and then there's a kitchen behind it, there's got to be a trapdoor down behind the brick wall.
I suppose.
Because this building doesn't have that much space. It is a rectangle from all and up views from the outside.
And it could very well be like it was like the aforementioned theory from the chat, which is, yeah, they could have been bought out. And as for all the identical tableware and chairs and such, those could just be left over. Like sort of bought as part of the purchase, and were just figured, hey, these could work. And they do look very similar. Also, so do the barrel chairs there. So, who knows? And on that note, with all of this wonder on this one random restaurant in the middle of Ponyville, I guess this would be a good point to start wrapping up, because we're about 7-ish minutes away from the next
You know
show.
what we didn't do with this episode? We didn't go into that new shop that was shown.
You're right, we didn't. We're gonna have to do that later.
Yeah.
As we continue further into shops and businesses around Ponyville. And we could probably make that a segment. I don't see why not.
We've gone into enough shops and it's fun just going into the little details and I need more of the map room. No.
Yes. Also, we still haven't gone into the Ponyville Antique Shop.
Wait, we didn't?
No, it was like the second to last episode in the season, and that was when we were kind of off for a while. So we still need to go into that one. Yeah.
We should bring that one back.
We should. Very much so. So anyways, this has been an Equestrian Flagstop, here brought to you from the beautiful town of Cantor Creek in the mountains. It's on that line there that goes from like Canterlot to Manhattan. You know the one. Yeah, we're in the middle. Your train will either stop or it won't. Most likely it won't. But anyhow, so up next is the Brony Show on, of course, this network here, the Brony Show. On that show, they talk about pony stuff and stuff that is new in the news and also just like new to the episodes or whatever. So go check that out. I think there's some stuff happening tonight. I don't really know.
Something. Don't
Yeah.
know what.
I don't know. I don't think it's the normal episode, but anyways, check it out.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, go and watch it, because there will be fun times had by all, I presume. Probably. So yeah. Check that out after this. Also, don't forget on Wednesday nights, check out Winchester Wednesdays, which also happens on this network. That is at 9 o'clock-ish Eastern Standard Time. 9 o'clock, 9:30.
9:30.
9:30. 9:30
Yeah, we
Eastern
try to
Standard
get
Time.
around 9:30.
So, come around and check that out and see what's going on. Usually it's game stream, but sometimes they do fanfic readings, which are always fun. So, stick around.
I don't know what we're getting back into now.
I don't know either. I'm going to have to swing by one of these nights and find out. It's been a while since I've been around Winchester Wednesdays. I've been busy on Wednesdays.
Happen.
Yeah. But regardless, I think that you in the chat should check it out, so that way you can tell me what goes on if I miss it, because I might. I'm hoping not to, but yeah. And if I didn't miss it, refresh me on it when you can. Even if I was there. Yeah, because who knows? I'm a forgetful person. Also, don't forget to check out Creature Stream, which happens on Saturday nights, which is, of course, The Meltdown. That is where Creature plays games and stuff and streams it for your viewing pleasure. This past week, he took a bit of a look into the new Nintendo...
Cardboard, yes.
Yeah, that. What was it, Labo?
Yeah.
Yeah, the cardboard folding thing. And that seemed like fun. I enjoyed it. He made this weird device that screamed like a cat.
He is not wrong.
Yes.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Meow.
That was a piano. Yeah.
Yes, the piano. You also made that remote controlled
And
thing.
the car.
Yeah, the car that screamed like dial up.
Yeah.
Tokyo Drifto car.
That was super fun.
Yes. So, do you have any similar plans for next week? Are you going to be expanding into the Labo?
I have another game in mind if I can get it to work.
Okay. Well,
Sounds fun.
tune in on Saturday night at, what was that, 9 o'clock?
Ish, yeah.
Around 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on The Brony Show. Check it out to find out what exactly Creature is talking about now. But for now, we must leave you here. This has once again been an Equestrian Flagstop. I'm your Coldust. With me is CC, CMC, and Creature. We'll be back next week with more trivia and other random stuff that we've decided to put into your face.
And maybe we'll fix that filing system.
Maybe. Probably not.
Most likely not.
No.
Anyways, have a good one.